Are you looking to start trading the futures markets? Maybe you're crossing over from trading options, crypto, or you haven't started trading at all and you think futures market might be the market that you want to start trading with. Well, if any of these points do apply to you, or you're just interested generally in futures markets, then this is going to be the video for you. In this video, I'm going to be discussing what the futures markets are, what futures contracts are, compare them to things like stocks, how to trade them, where to trade them, and of course some detailed terms and expressions that you might need to know moving forward. Now, of course, please read this disclaimer. None of this is financial advice, just my own personal thoughts, opinions, and experiences. So let's get into it. Hi, welcome to the Earn, Invest, Repeat show. And before we dive in straight into what futures trading is and what the futures markets are, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and as well as comment down in the comments section below. It'll be great to start a conversation and hear what kind of comments you have for this video, or for trading, or for futures markets, or anything in general. Also, as a heads up, I will be showing a little bit of TradeDay, perhaps, as well as TradeDay, and I'll be going into that a little bit later on. But if you are interested and you do want to get straight started with TradeDay, the link is down below in the description box, as well as TradeDay, so you can get started as we're going through this video. I will be introducing TradeDay to you at the end of this video because, well, it's a project and actually a firm that I am particularly excited about, and it's a great way to get funded as a trader. But anyway, we're going to be going into that a little bit later on. For now, let's kick it off. What are the futures markets? Now, the most effective instrument for day trading is considered to be the futures. And all futures are basically an agreement that specifies the purchase and sale of a particular commodity at a predetermined price and time. For instance, a futures contract for oil might involve committing to buy 100 barrels of oil for a price at around $400. With delivery set to be 3 months from now. Now, I myself frequently trade other markets, such as the S&P 500 futures, the NASDAQ futures, sometimes gold, sometimes oil, which are settled only and predominantly in cash. Now, the idea of receiving a delivery of oil right, may seem a little bit intimidating, as nobody wants to receive a delivery of 100 barrels of oil on their doorstep, of course. However, trading futures is similar to buying and selling stocks, as the goal is to buy low and sell high to make a profit. To actually receive the physical delivery of an underlying asset, such as the 100 barrels of oil that we mentioned, you would need to let the contract itself expire and some other factors to happen. But don't worry, it's rare, and if you're using platforms such as TradeDay, it's going to be very easily avoidable. All you have to do is basically buy and sell the contracts and sell everything in cash, just like you would do trading anything. That's it. So again, ends up being like buying and selling stock or Bitcoin or anything else. Now, as for the stock market, to get significant movements within the stock market, you do need to have a lot of money down in the first place, which of course is not always feasible for everybody. And this is where trading futures comes in, as in my opinion, it is superior to stock trading, as it allows you to begin trading futures with a smaller account size, such as, let's say, for example, $1,000. And this is due to the margins and the higher leverage that is available. Now, another reason to look into trading futures as compared to trading stocks is if you have participated or researched into trading, day trading stocks, you may have come across something called the pattern day trading rule, the PDT rule. Essentially, all this rule does is prevent consistently day trading unless you have over, I believe it is $25,000. However, going back to futures trading, it doesn't have this rule. And as a result, if you have a small account, like we said, the $1,000, whatever it is that you have in there, you can make as many day trades as you wish, thus allowing you to start with a small account and day trade using any strategy or style that you wish. So going back to the futures market in itself, let's look into the futures market in a little bit more detail. For this video, I'm going to be focusing on specifically the S&P 500 futures, one for the reasons of consistency to keep it moving all the way across the video, so we're not jumping from market to market, but two, also because it is, well, one of my staple go-tos. Now, this particular market is the futures for the S&P 500 index, which is the most actively and easily tradable market. If you are considering starting to trade with futures, the S&P 500 mini, okay, or the micro is something that I strongly recommend getting started with, at least to look into and start to see how price action and everything moves. Now, when you purchase a futures contract, it is similar to buying one share of a stock. In practice, when the contract increases in value, you make a profit, and when it decreases, you lose money. The only difference here is that you purchase the contract with something called margin, and all margin is essentially collateral that you provide to gain control of the contract. Once you've gained control of the contract, of course, the value will fluctuate, either increasing or decreasing in your account balance. Now, margin has two different aspects in futures trading due to the fact that futures are traded almost 24 hours a day. And these are intraday margin and overnight margin. Typically, the stock market operates between, as you should know by now, or if you don't, write it down, 9:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. EST, during which futures are considered intraday trades and therefore require lower margin amounts. For example, the margin requirement for the ES or the S&P 500 futures could be around, I believe, 8,000 or 9,000, and that will be for one contract. Now, the overnight margin for that contract may even be double that. Now, even 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 dollars is of course a substantial amount of money. So to that, many brokerages offer low margin requirements, which will allow you to trade one contract of the ES futures for as little as $500 per contract intraday. This again allows you to trade with a smaller account, as we discussed earlier. Now, futures and stocks do have another significant difference in the way that they trade. Stocks, for example, trade on a dollar basis. So if you have $1,000 stock and it goes up $1 and you have one share, you've made $1. On the other hand, futures have a tick and point system, where a tick is essentially the minimum market movement that you will see. Now, with the ES futures, the minimum market movement is 0.25 and a point is 1. So a tick is essentially a quarter of a point. I hope you're following me. I have got diagrams here to help you as well. And as you can see here on this chart, when you're actually looking at the market moving in real time, it is going up and down in one tick increments, or 0.25 or a quarter of a point. Because of this, they're not valued at $1. Now, each different futures commodity has a different tick value. So for the ES, one tick, or the smallest price movement it has, is $12.50. And so a whole point is worth $50. And this is where you actually see the leverage that the market has. In reality, all you really need is around $500 to start getting movement on one futures contract, and of course in general. Now, it's important to note here that even in just a few minutes, the ES itself can move up or down 10 points. That is about $500 in just a few minutes. And so you can really get to see the leverage that you can get with these contracts. Now, if that's still too much leverage to deal with, what futures actually have is also something called the micro futures. And what this is a contract for the same commodity. So again, in the example of the S&P 500 futures, you'll still be trading the same thing, but it is 1/10 of the size. The ticker symbol for the S&P 500 futures is ES, and the ticker symbol for the micro S&P 500 is MES. And so now with the micros, the 1 point is worth $5 as opposed to $500. And the margin requirement is also $50. So you can trade an extremely small account size. And then, following from that, it is really easy to scale up your account as you start to grow it, because all you have to do is buy more contracts. And because the ES futures is the biggest, most liquid market in the world, you're never going to have a problem with trading as many contracts as you want. Now, when it comes to my actual trading, okay, and how I actually trade futures, this is what this section is going to be about. And there are a number of ways to do that. For example, you can use a broker, which is what I've done similarly in the past, whether it be for forex or for futures. However, in my active research over the last couple of months, and as you've probably noticed through a couple of the videos where I've mentioned them, I have been talking and looking into prop firms, online trading prop firms. And in that journey and in that research and all of that I've been doing, I've come across arguably one of the best prop firms in the market today. And of course, this is just in my own opinion and experience, but remember, I'm talking to you through my own eyes. And that firm is called TradeDay. So let's head on over to the screen, and there we are. So I'm not going to talk too much about TradeDay in this video. I don't want to go into a whole review of the site, review of the firm, how they work, how they operate, how you can get started. I am going to leave that for a separate video. In fact, I might actually do a series, because I want to show you from the beginning how to get started. So how, the sign up process, how to get into your demo account, how to get evaluated, what happens when you pass, what happens when you are funded, and of course all the withdrawal processes throughout that. And within that, I'm going to be showing you, the back end, which is really super exciting from TradeDay. It's something that I haven't seen before with other prop firms, as well as their customer service and their transparency. So let's have a very, very quick butchers with what TradeDay and who TradeDay are and what they're all about. Don't forget, you can find their links they're going to be the first links that you see in the description box below. But if not, you can also come to my website, which again, all of this information is in the description below. And that's the Earn, Invest, Repeat show. The link page will be here, or useful links in the top right. Or you can just go straight to the link site, which is campsites.bio/theeir show. Again, link in the description, and you'll see that down here, which is my personal recommendation, funded trading with TradeDay. So looking into TradeDay, I came across them actually by chance. I'd already heard of them before, and I knew they were just specifically for the futures market, and I'd heard quite a lot of good things. So I really wanted to dedicate some time to it. And you've got the two gentlemen here, which is Steve and James, and this is what I really like about this firm and what it, how it differentiates from all the other companies out there, because they are entirely transparent. Okay, and when I mean transparent, not only do we know their faces, they are the real names, they have LinkedIn accounts, they are who they say they are. Okay, it is what it says on the tin. And actually, when you're trading, if you do pass the evaluation process and you actually become a funded trader with TradeDay, you're trading with their money. Okay, not mirrored accounts, demo accounts, like some, look, with prop firms can be a double-edged sword, right, in general, for 95% of them out there. Why? Because yes, of course, passing the evaluation phases and getting funded, all that kind of stuff, once you do that and you do start trading and you're trading consistently, then it's great. But, there are some trading firms you do have to watch out for, because even if you look at the FAQ section about withdrawals, it could be 2 pages long, because they're going to try and find how, they don't always want to pay out their own pocket. Okay. But, this is what I mean about double-edged sword. This is where your research, your own due diligence is going to come into the things. I do use prop firms that, again, I've got on my link page, which I have used and I know that work. But you do also have to think about the other side of things with prop firm trading, is if you're not consistently a profitable trader, you can lose a lot of money before you even get funded in the first place. But anyway, that kind of information is for another purpose, another video. My point here is that everything is not always as they say, as they said on the tin, right, with a lot of these prop firms. Now, when it comes to TradeDay, everything that they do is fully transparent. Okay, and we're going to see that in a second here. It's very important to note here that these guys want profitable traders. These guys want to help you win. These guys want to help you become a profitable trader, because you're trading their money. They want a team of good traders. You can sign up for a 14-day trial here. And it is something that I recommend as well. If you have not used or traded futures, especially anything like platforms like TradeDay or NinjaTrader, then do that. Okay, now I know it's not going to be free money. Okay, complete demo accounts are demo accounts, and a lot of people will say, well, it's not real money and your psychologically is going to be different. Yes, but you need to learn, know your way around the roads of the world. So you can do that there also. And this is where TradeDay really stood out for me. Okay, education, mentoring, community. Those are 3 massive things. Now, I'm not talking about a Discord server and a Telegram announcements page. These guys, once you sign up and you go into the back end, you have access to free online courses, and I mean extensive online courses about futures, right? Really, and this is by Steve and James themselves, right? Heading these courses up. Real information, forums. They have a live squawk feature. You could pay hundreds a month for that kind of thing, right? And so much more. Again, we'll cover all of that in a separate dedicated video. But the point is that it's not just come in, pay for an evaluation stage. If you pass or if you fail, will depend on where you're going after that, and that's it. These guys want to help and trade. Daily reports. They've got economic calendars on there. It is crazy. As you can see, I'm a little bit excited about this, but anyway, let's move on. Let's meet the team. Now you can see here you've got James and Steve. Now these are the 2 head honchos. Tara, I haven't had the pleasure of speaking to as yet. I have spoken to James on email, but with Steve we had an extensive conversation actually over Zoom, just talking more about the platform and everything else. And again, complete full transparency there, and actually an absolute gent. So you can see all of their history here. 15 years of full-time trading from James. Former CEO of Mercury Derivatives, Clear Capital, and 2 years as an exchange executive, etc. And the list goes on. With Steve, again, 10 years of trading futures, forex, and CFDs. Founder of the Market Chartist Research Group, if you know that. 13 years of senior technical analyst at Merrill Lynch, right? And then later on going on to Credit Suisse. And all of this is public knowledge, right? This is all stuff that you can search online and everything. So these are real people trading with real money, trading with real traders, okay? Or getting in real traders. Just lastly, very quickly, I want to just go into the pricing just so you have a rough idea. If you do want to look into this, again, something slightly different that you might not have seen with prop firms, rather than pay a set amount, you know, whether it be $400 or $500 for a 50K account, you pay here monthly. All right, so you pay monthly. Now, 10K tier starts at $99 per month, and you've got a profit target of $1,000 and a max drawdown of $500. Now, it's important to note as well here, again, I will discuss this later in a more detailed video, but this is an end of day drawdown, okay, not a standard drawdown that you normally see within prop firms. So 10K, 25K, 50K, 100K, 150 and 250K are their two top tiers, and you do get free one-on-one coaching with them. This as well, super important. Keep the first $10,000 you make. Again, they want you to be profitable. They want you to be successful, right? And they're giving you the first $10,000 that you make. You got to make that money, right? Don't think, oh, that's free money. You got to trade profitably and consistently. And once you do, once you made that first 10K, that's yours. And after that, it's a 90-10 split as well. Another, you know, it's rare to find that kind of split. Usually there's 70-30s, 80-20s. And again, here we've got, you know, for evaluation traders, when you are in the evaluation stage, no daily stop limits, end of day trailing max drawdown, free resets on subscription renewal. Again, this you know, this does go to show how they want you to succeed. You know, other companies will always try and find ways to get you to pay more money. They will give you free resets of your account when you do the subscription, because they're seeing it as, at the end of the day, you're paying for that subscription. Why should you have lost that chance? Once you are funded, again, no restrictions on withdrawals. As we said, no live trading account setup fees, and no TradeDay monthly subscription fees either at that point. So anyway, look, that is TradeDay. I'm not going to go into that in too much more detail. I wanted to just introduce it because, well, that's how I trade. So if you are looking for a good place to get started, and again, you could even just go for the free demo account with TradeDay. You don't even have to use TradeDay. You can go on a brokerage and get free demo account. You can get that anywhere. But if you are interested in learning to trade futures or transition to trading futures, I suggest giving it a go. For me, it is one of my favorite things to trade. Okay, I love trading the futures markets, more so than the CFD market, more so than the crypto market. That's just a personal opinion. Now, I know you can trade Bitcoin futures as well. I know some of you might be watching this thinking, can you trade Bitcoin futures with TradeDay? No, they don't want anything that's too risky. But you know, if you are interested in getting into trading futures, check out TradeDay. But I hope this video has given you enough information to at least have a rough idea on how to get started with trading futures. If there are some unanswered questions that you may have, which I'm sure you might have, okay, in fact, actually, I recorded this video yesterday, and the audio was great. The video was completely wrong, so I had to redo this video. So if I have missed out any of your unanswered questions, throw them in the comments below. Or if there's anything else you want me to talk about, if there's anything specific you want me to talk about, again, throw them again, you know, in the comments below. Don't forget to also go to my socials. We've got TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, where you can join in the conversation where I'll be more up to date. We do have the Fed today, okay, right? So hopefully, well, actually by the time I edit this, we would have had Fed day almost been and gone. But in any case, I'm going to be trying to keep the socials up to date with you guys as well. So please do come and follow those as well. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. And on that note, I will catch you all on the next video.